Sergio Perez is one of the most talented drivers to set the grid in Formula 1. He's what I consider a true driver. He shows grit, and he has moments of incredible highs and incredible lows. But still, his legacy remains strong. His career has been tumultuous at the best of times, but I choose to remember his moments where he shone despite all his setbacks. His stint at Racing Point includes one of the greatest races I've ever seen. He rose from a lap 1 incident that put him all the way at the back of the grid, stormed to the front of the pack, winning his first ever Formula 1 race. At the time, while celebrating and standing on the podium he'd dreamed of for so long, he had no idea if that season would be his last in Formula 1. A distinct characteristic of Perez is his supreme defence. His positioning, braking, and tightrope balance between legal defence and getting the steward's attention is unmatched. Could anyone outsmart his defence? Genghis Khan rose from an impoverished childhood to uniting the nomadic tribes of Mongolia. His vicious attacks conquered vast areas of Asia. Much like the opponent Sergio Perez faced, one of Genghis's tactics was psychological warfare. He made sure his reputation preceded him, as some drivers' reputation precedes them. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso. It doesn't matter who it is though, Sergio will make sure to see to them. Genghis has truly earned his title. He was born Temujin, but his acts earned him the title of Genghis Khan, translated to Universal Ruler. Speaking of earning titles, Sergio Perez has certainly earned a few in his career, not least the title of the Mexican Minister for Defense, but that of Max Verstappen's first title in 2021. There is a lot I could say about this fateful race, but I won't. It's old, it's done, and no one cares. What is important is his incredible defensive moves that undeniably helped play a part in securing Max's title that night. Max understood and acknowledged the significance of this. Genghis also had a signature move. A small force would attack, pretend to panic, then flee. Once the enemy was strung out and giving chase, hidden flankers would surround and annihilate. Sergio's signature move is scarily aligned with this tactic. He positions himself tightly behind a driver, filling their mirrors, exploiting the driver's mind and confidence. He will feign remaining behind in the mirrors, choosing not to make a move, sometimes choosing to return to an ideal racing line instead. At this very moment, the driver in front will release focus from his mirrors, looking ahead at the corner, and this is when Sergio strikes. Within a fraction of a second, he dives down the inside, and whose supreme skill of managing his tyres under load allows him to make the move stick. This is a move that has literally won him multiple trophies, especially at tracks like Baku. Of course, everything that goes up must come down. Genghis's downfall came not in spectacular fashion, an assassination, or dying in glory in battle. It was simply old age. He slowly, but surely, marched to the end of his mortal path. In some ways, Sergio nearly suffered the same fate. There was no special race where it all fell apart. There was no outburst on TV followed by breaking news. It was a steady, consistent stacking up of mistakes and failures that led him to be dropped by Red Bull. People suggested it was his age, he was no longer able to keep up with Max, he was mentally too fatigued, too distracted, maybe too focused on overdriving in order to outshine Max and dropping points in the process. Like Genghis, Perez had reached a quiet end to his prime. Right, obviously all this Genghis talk is a little bit of rubbish. Jokes aside, let's move to the real point. What really makes me love Sergio Perez as a driver isn't any one of his single defensive moves, or even wins. For me, it's the fact that he is the absolute king of comebacks. He rebuilt his career once at McLaren, came back from the brink of his career again at Force India, or Racing Point, and ended up at a title-winning outfit. And now he's back again. In late 2025, it was announced that Sergio would be back, driving his car adorned in the number 11. This time, it was provided and manufactured by Cadillac, the new boys on the street. In some ways, this return mirrors that of every other comeback he's made in the past. A soured reputation, mostly due to the short-sightedness of fans and media, combined with an underdog team. I think this will be his best showing yet, and his experience will be absolutely invaluable to Cadillac. I believe that Sergio has nothing left to prove. What he does at Cadillac will probably be the last of a long tail of a career. but not one that will change the title of his book. Sergio Perez is the king of comebacks.